TEFL teachers, let's explore teams in a little bit more depth. I made a short video, check it out, just touching on the key points about creating teams in class. And I said I'll make a longer video, so here it is. Now, I've talked about classroom management at length, but I haven't gone into detail about creating teams in classes and how effective it can be to manage the class. Because at the end of the day, look, it's not about me putting Chelsea against Liverpool, although I do that. It's about classroom management. It's not just me having fun, although they have fun. This is about classroom management. It's about creating a group that works together and manages itself. In effect, you're creating a group of classroom managers. And that's the goal. So when I say teams, some people say, oh, yeah, playing games, it's all a big game and it's not serious. Listen, this is very serious. Games are highly effective. Call them fun activities. Call them what you want. But I'm telling you, kids learn when they're smiling. They learn when they're laughing. They learn when they're having fun. And they are really good at managing themselves if you set it up right. So my process is rules, teams, reward. So the teams and the reward go together. You would be amazed at how important a hand-drawn strawberry is on the whiteboard. This is currency to young learners. Pounds and dollars mean the world. It's a teachable moment. Students can add it up. They can tell you how many pounds they've got. It's another teachable moment. It's another part of the class where there's language being learned, numbers, foods, vegetables, animals, whatever it is. Brilliant stuff. So in my classes, they're learning on all different levels. So let's take it back to the start. We've said the rules. Everyone's settled down. I've split them down the middle, literally, zoom, 2 teams. And sometimes I give them the team name because maybe their level is very low. But it's really great if you give them the chance to create their own team. It could be football. It could be animals. You know, you can kind of steer them towards what you want. If you're teaching animals, it's a good idea to actually have a team that's an animal's name. But another thing you want to remember, another great tip, don't just call them dogs and bears. Why don't you take 2 animals and morph them together? So let's take a dog and a bear. It could be called a dare. So the kids have fun playing with the phonetics, playing with the sounds, and creating new words and new animals. And again, this is... There's a plane. I'm in the Air Force Base. So yeah. So they start creating new words. And again, when they create their own team, they really own it. And it really hammers home the importance and their desire to be successful. So the teams are set up. You've given the reward. You've written on the board the team name. You've started rewarding them for doing good things. Now, what do we do if they do something bad? We don't just rub off the reward. That's a really bad mistake because if someone's doing something wrong, you're penalizing the whole team. So think about this. If someone's playing up or someone's messing about, it's getting windy. Don't just rub off reward that's been earned. You know, they've really worked hard. Put your hand on the board, turn your back to the class and say, in 3, 2, 1, if you're not sitting down, I'm taking £1. 3, 2, 1. When you turn around, you watch that team. They're sitting with their back straight. The kid that was being naughty's been told in no uncertain terms, sort yourself out, son, or you're in trouble. It works. They manage themselves. Very effective. There's been a couple of occasions where maybe it hasn't worked as well as I wanted, but generally, teams and rewards is fantastic. The other thing, you've got to manage it very carefully because think about it. If one side is doing really, really well and they're kind of flying away, the other team could get a bit demotivated, right? They might start thinking, oh, what's the point? what's the point? And that's one of the things, and one of the reasons some teachers say, they're no good because if one team does well, the other team gives up. So again, you've got to be focused in your class. You've got to actually manage that. So if you notice that one team is actually starting to get ahead, you've got to manage it and start rewarding the other team for maybe slightly less and just giving them a bit of a boost. You can go from £1 to £5, but also make sure at the start the teams are well balanced. If you've got like 5 superstars on one team and the other team's a bit, not such a great team, move some of the superstar students so you've got like a fair balance, and that really does cancel out the problem of teams getting ahead, because if you've split the teams evenly, you've got a much better chance of success. So I hope that helps. I swear by it. I absolutely swear by it. I have taught a room full of 200 adults, and I've split them into 3 teams, and we've had an absolute blast. They love it. We all like to have fun. We all like to compete, and we all like to win. And another thing I love to do at the end of the day, or at the end of the game, at the end of the class, sorry, I'll get my words right in a minute. At the end of the class, you have a winner and a loser, right? But again, it's not about being losers. You cheer the winners, and I write on the board, or I draw a trophy. And I pick the trophy off the board. It's not real. And I give it to them, like I mime it. I give it to them, and they put it above their head, and they're, yeah! And then I draw a slightly smaller trophy, maybe with one of the handles broken and a little crack in it. And I give that to the other team, and yeah! And they're all right. They're a little bit disappointed, but, next time you can be the champions. So, seriously consider using teams, teachers. Even in a small class, if you've got 2 students, put them against each other. Think of it as classroom management. Think of it as a teachable moment. Think of it of adding another layer to the class where you can actually teach new words like currencies, plus, minus, whatever. You can reward in 1s, 2s, 5s, 10s. It can be as complicated as you want. You can make it really complicated for the gifted students. Really get them thinking. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on teams and games and having fun in class? I hope they're the same as mine, but, people have different opinions. People have different approaches. Mine is successful. I'm very happy with it, and I'm more than happy to share it with you. So if you want to get together with me for a personal coaching session, I can help you with your classroom management, with some teaching techniques, a bit of inspiration, help you with your resume, application, interview training, finding a new job. I can do it all. I've been here for 22 years, so I think I know what I'm doing now, right? Ooh, I do. Check my website too for my teaching materials. There's an ebook I wrote to help you plan and teach better. It's good. It's only $9. It's a good read. It'll help you. It gives you a structure, something to follow, particularly if you're a new teacher or a newly qualified teacher who's maybe done an online TEFL and your confidence is a bit low. Have a read of it. There's some great plug and play teaching materials that you can use. There's a free one. And there's a classroom management course. Worth a listen. All right, teachers, I'm getting bitten by ants. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Boom!